So now comes some difficult stuff. This is the second most difficult thing. Well, okay, that's kind of a lie. It gets more difficult later on, but this is what I like to call the usually what I do for these is this is what I like to call the Queen's Tiara. So there's two things you can, or there's three things you can do with this. I usually, when I make these, I make them for the little girls in my group, and they're like little crowns. And then at the ends, because it obviously it's so twisted up, it won't fit around their entire head. I leave space so that I can put an extra strand of beads through here, and then twist it off at the back. And again, I will show you what that looks like at the end, if you should choose to do that. But by itself, you can make it a little bracelet, and it also works really good as a choker, like the 90s. So I'm bringing the 90s back essentially. And color coordination is good because you want to make sure that all the colors pop and, you know, work well together. So this is traditional Mardi Gras color. This is more like a Christmas themed color, silver, green, red, all that stuff. So without further ado, let's get it going. Choose your colors. Got blue. We're gonna do purple. Pearl. Bleh, and blood red. That should really pop on each other for that one. And then, yeah, so, and then we'll have an orange as the end piece, just to make the piece bigger, so it'll fit on someone's head. And then let's get our tools. Hey, come back here. So first, just to save yourself the headache, because this will be slightly painful, cut all of the glued sections. There it is. Snip that. Oh hey, right off the bat. Boop. Save that for later. Alright, so choose your color, doesn't matter what you start off with, but you're going to twist this together. Then you're going to go 2 spaces down and then twist on the final color. Just like that. So now, back here. You have a strand of 3 connected at the end. Now there's no twisting for this. You're just going to pop these into every 2 beads. So take beads, count 2, and then pop it into that along up the thing. So just like this. So 2 across, and then 2, and then 2 in the middle. And then once you have that up at the top, you start with the color that's next, which is red. And you're just popping them in. Now this doesn't seem like it would hold, but once you get enough tension going, it's going to hold very nicely and tightly. Pop number 2, and if it happens, I'll show you. Sometimes you run up on a thing where there's some beads that are too spaced out between each other. That's not a problem. You just grab your pliers or you squeeze them back so that there'll be more tension when you pop them in. And again, it's really cool to mix colors, but it's also really cool, like I've mixed 1 metallic with 2 pastels. So it should have a nice little popping action in the color once it's all said and done. And this does seem very monotonous, takes a little bit of time. Counting every 2, just like that. Kind of looks like a DNA strand almost. There we go. Pop that. And there also may be a problem sometimes, like you'll have two glued ends because you got a really cheap pair of beads. That's not a problem, really. Just take it all apart, go back, get another strand, and then just make sure. But you want to make sure that you don't have, like we cut the one glued end because it's only one. Like I said, sometimes there's two. Just make sure, or try to do it beforehand and make sure that you don't get caught like that. Because I was making some, unfortunately, for a little girl, and it was kind of a time crunch situation. But I managed to get another strand and like rocket through this really fast, and then I got it on her, and her parents were thrilled. But they had to bolt, so that was the problem. All right, and as you get closer to the end, you'll notice, just like this. So yeah, so the white one is going to be the last one because there won't be enough ends. So you just make your judgment call when you want to cut it off. When you're going to cut it off, you're going to still do the two, but this time you are going to actually double twist because you want it to hold into place at the end. And there we go. Snip off the excess. Boom. Princess tiara. There we go. And then now the way you make it wearable as a headpiece, if you're going to do that. If you're not going to make it as a headpiece, you can undo one of the ends. Choose which color you want, because it guarantee you it will fit around the neck. And you just twist it. So in this case, I would be looking at this and I would go, okay, I'm going to unhook these two, and these two, and then hook them together and do the double twist that I've shown you so that it's locked into place back here. However, if you're going to do a headpiece, just find the middle, see if I can break it. Absolutely not. Choose where you want it. I typically like to put it right around here. And then all you do is you pop it in through there and then twist twice. Boom, just like this. Make sure it's going to be nice and flat. Come to the other side. Same thing. Pop it through this hole. And then, just like you were threading the two beads together just along here to make this pattern, just pop it in between the beads right there so that it comes out, and then double twist. Boom. And now it's locked in. So the way that you do it you put it on their head is you put it flat, and then wherever is their head size, just get the beads together and then just twist twice. That way, if they need to adjust it later, they can you just tell them untwist it counterclockwise and it'll come off. But just like this. That's the tiara headpiece.